Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus here on a beautiful day. So, guys, I have something so special for you. An actual miracle took place today, which is, it makes sense because we're starting a series on A Course in Miracles. And so I wanted to do it different, though. But I was kind of having this battle back and forth. Is it okay to do it different? I wanted to explain it as we go along. I've never seen it done that way before. But I know when I first encountered this, I couldn't accept the beginning teachings. I was pushing them out because I couldn't wrap my mind around it. And I thought, what if I just explained it as we went along? And then as I was sitting on the couch this morning, guys, and thinking, would this be okay to do? My phone got a notification. It was from my dad, and it was from one of his friends that had discovered our channel here and was saying, oh, I love the content your son does on A Course in Miracles, and went on to tell about what it means to him. And I get it, guys. Some of the greatest miracles I've seen is from people that have encountered this book. And so that was my green light, right? Is like Spirit saying, that's okay. Let's do this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the first three teachings. But I'm going to explain as we go along because I didn't have anyone to do that for me. And so I just skipped ahead, and then I taught on the later teachings that I could wrap my mind around. But now, after many years, I understand the beginning teachings, and they are so powerful, my friends. So you're going to love this. So it's said of this book that Jesus wrote it. And, I don't know, but it sure sounds like our loving Savior. Listen to this. This is in the introduction. It says, the opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. This course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. This makes me want to jump to the end of the book, my friends, and explain this, because this is where the miracle lies. And this, I've seen it before. I didn't know what I was seeing, but I've seen people healed from diseases, from mental diseases, OCD, everything you can imagine. And it was when they had the understanding about the real. What is real? What is the real above all that seems real? And that's what's eternal. That's what's substance. That's what was, is, and shall be. And that's, I want to give away the secret, my friends, but you got to go along for the journey. Are you guys ready? So let's go to lesson 1. This is, if you've never encountered this, it's going to be shocking. It's going to blow your mind, but that's why I'm doing it this way, to walk you through it, so you understand it. I think it's okay to have understanding. It says, lesson 1, nothing I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place means anything. Now and this is more than just reading it. You have to do the practice. So here's what it wants you to do. It wants you to look. So I got a little table next to me here. It says, look at a table. And then think to yourself, this table does not mean anything. Look at the chair, like the chair I'm sitting in. This chair does not mean anything. It says, look at your hand. This hand does not mean anything. It says to do it with your foot, a pen, a door, right? Just look around your room or wherever you are and just look at it and think that this does not mean anything. So here's a little commentary from Sohana to help us along. It says, first step invites us to loosen our grip, to pause our need to judge, name, and define everything. Guys, there's a reason for this. Don't turn this off. You need this. This is so important. I didn't see it at first. Even if you don't see it right now, it's okay. Just trust the process. You will get there. You want to see miracles. You want to see the capital R real above all real, the capital T truth. My friends, stay tuned. It says it's like clearing off a chalkboard. Not because what was written is bad, but because something true is waiting to be written on a clean slate. Lesson number 2. We'll do 3 of these. I have given everything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place, all the meaning that it has for me. I will share Sohana's insights, of course, but I wanted to tell you what I was getting from this. So think about, like, I'm looking at a guitar right now. For one person, a guitar hanging on the wall could be art. For another person, it could be their absolute life, right? There's no life for them without the guitar and music. It's everything. Maybe it's their living, how they make a living, right? So 2 people can be looking at the same instrument, but giving it the meaning that it has. My friends, you can take this farther. You could do this with a spouse, maybe a wife. Maybe if you were raised where maybe your father worshiped your mother. She was a goddess. She was the queen, right? And he treated her like that. Or maybe you were raised where your dad treated your mom like dirt, like less than, right? And now what often happens is you may be projecting that on your wife, right? Whatever it was, for the good or the bad or the in-between. My friends, but if you'll just clear the slate, just look at an object, look at a person, and don't try to put meaning on it. Have the realization, all the meaning that I'm looking at has, at this point anyway, is the meaning I've given it. I want to see the real meaning. I want to see the real person. I want to see the capital T truth. I want to set down what I think I know, very humbling, and see the truth. Ask Spirit for the real. Did you feel that? Sohana says, this shows us that what we see is filtered through our own thoughts, fears, and past experiences. What we call reality is often just our personal interpretation. We give meaning to a face, a word, a book, even to the idea of God. And everyone's meaning is different. This is how conflict arises, when we believe our meaning is the only true meaning. That's powerful. Have you ever noticed that? Even your idea of God, you have to set it down, my friends, because be willing to humble yourself that much to say, God, what do you say of you? I know what I was taught. I know what I think. I'm willing to set that down for a minute, to hear from you, to humble myself. And that's why, it doesn't have to be a different religion. Just in Christianity alone, between Baptist and Pentecostal and Methodist and Catholic, they all say they hear from God, know God, but they paint a completely different picture. How about us here as Zoroastrians and Magi, right? Our God is just the highest principle of good. He can love and not hate. Right? He can be at peace and not go to war, where then there are other religions where their God can love and hate. He can be at peace and go to war. Are you willing to set down your idea? Right? Look at what Jesus was trying to teach the religious leaders of his time. He told the Pharisees, you're of your father, the devil. They swore they knew God. They swore they represented him. Right? They truly believed it. They weren't trying to deceive themselves or others. They really believed that was God. And Jesus was saying, you got it all wrong. If you've seen me, you've seen the loving Father. Think, use your heart. Humble yourself. Can you do that? Lesson 3. Speaking of humbling yourself. I do not understand anything I see in this room. Could you say that? Could you look around and say, I don't understand anything I see in this room. Sohana said it beautifully. She said, look around, say, I don't understand what I see, and that's okay, because I'm ready to see truly. Sohana says, now the Course invites humility, a kind of spiritual bowing. We look at the world and say, I don't understand, not because we are ignorant, but because we are ready to unlearn so we can remember. And for my Magi here, it's Asha 11. We got to pour out our vessel to let God fill it with pure substance, with himself. My friends, but it's your choice. Are you willing to pour out your vessel? Set down the ideas and stories and thoughts you had about everything, even God, and let God teach you, God lead you, God show you. And in truth, it's really just a remembering. Remember what Jesus said at the beginning of this in the introduction? The real, it's always there. It's in you. It's what substance. It's what was, is, and shall be. In truth, there's no unreal. And so as you set down the unreal, all that's left is the real. All right, guys, if you're enjoying this, please go to the comments, say hi, let me know what you think. And you know this, I love you.